Kaizoku Uncharted, where a couple of friends tell a vast sea of anime. If you think this is the crew for you, set sail with us each week. I'm Jakia.
Justin.
And Keoni.
Alright, so we're talking One Piece. And Keoni, let us know, what's your take on One Piece? How do you feel about the show?
So, I'm new on this show. And it's a One Piece show. So, of course, One Piece is the top. To me, it represents the pinnacle of anime storytelling. It represents the continuation of the shonen tradition.
Okay.
It is the manifestation of one of the greatest, if not the greatest, mangakas ever, Ichiro Oda. And it only gets better with time. You very rarely see an anime that just you don't see an anime for 26 years just keep getting better as they keep doing it. And never have a regression. Like, even in Naruto, we had moments where Naruto seemingly was going backwards, especially in the Shippuden era, where the animation quality was just not there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, from an anime perspective, from a manga perspective, because I'm a manga guy, so I'm up to date on the manga of One Piece. Don't worry, no spoilers for y'all. I've carefully watched episodes so I can understand where we're at, what I can say.
I'm still watching it.
What I can say and what I can't say. But yeah, my take on One Piece is it's the top. From anime and from a manga perspective.
What? Solid. Alright. That's what's up.
Should we get started?
I think so. Alright. Go for it.
Let's get some context. The 3 episodes, the most recent episodes.
Okay. So, the most 3 recent episodes, I don't have the numbers out here, but are Friends Fighting Together.
11:45.
11:45. An Imminent Threat.
11:46.
And a Stunning Conclusion.
11:47.
I think that's actually 11:48 because 11:47 is the Chopper special.
No,
they
give it their own numbers.
It's called SP20.
Cool. So,
yeah.
It's ignorant. Go ahead.
Friends Fighting Together. We got Luffy and the Giants joining forces. We see Luffy shooting off big bad Gomu Gomu no Red Rock. That's right, not Red Jazz, not Red Hip Hop, Red Rock. And then in a Imminent Threat, we see Buckingham Stussy essentially get to escape, and Vegapunk's about to start his posthumous podcast. And in a Stunning Conclusion, we get the beginning of the podcast where Vegapunk essentially tells us that the world is going to sink. We also get some great Straw Hat moments, showing some defending of Nico Robin, some Sanji Glaze, where you see him take on Nishijuro, and so many more beautiful moments.
Okay. Alright, cool. Thank you, Keoni, for the recap, for the overview. Jesse, you want to deep dive us? Because you got the notes.
Short and simple, okay? First, it is. It is, because we find out, essentially, Nika is shockingly also Elbaf's god of legend. So we have the Giants recognizing Luffy as their god of legend, even though he's Nika, the sun god. So
they call him Sun God as well.
That's true. And then we also, at the end of that episode, and again, it's like I told you, Keoni, for a lot of these shows, and I'm sure it's not all, I consider the end of every episode a cliffhanger. Okay, that's just how, this, even though sometimes they aren't always cliffhangers. But at the end of that 1145, we also get the robot saying, Joy Boy, sorry, Joy Boy. It's like, what are you sorry for? Well, I guess we're about to find out.
I mean, look, I'm just waiting for Zunisha to just show up. That's the last person.
I mean, if Zunisha shows up, he will fit in well. We already are fighting these 5 disgusting animals-looking creatures.
Something.
Yokai.
Sure.
Yes.
And Zunisha will fit right in. You know, he is a gigantic elephant.
Hey, the last we saw him, people are like, Zunisha was headed somewhere. And they're just like, where he going? So
that's true.
My little boy Momonosuke would know.
I feel like we give him too much credit, but you may know something that I don't know. But
I mean, I'm just speaking of just Wano. Speaking of just that Wano knowledge.
I mean, that's fine.
Speaking of that, that boy's weak.
That boy's weak, but he also has the voice of all things. He can hear Zunisha.
That's true.
It's true. I mean, hey, he gotta have something.
I mean, he's.
We try to forget about him.
That boy, 28. That boy, 28. He hasn't put in enough work.
In all honesty, for all the trouble he.
What's Kaido's daughter name again?
Yamato.
That's the only thing I take away from Wano.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm just.
The takes are already coming in.
It's fine.
But on 1146. Oh boy. It was just ignorance. I mean, I like the take, but you know what? Or I like the context. But for someone like me, for people who've actually invested into the One Piece, people who are seeing the Straw Hat crew grow, people who are still waiting for that Brook moment, waiting for that Frankie moment, waiting for all these moments. I don't want to see. You know what I wrote down for 1446? Okay. I said, oh, okay, cool. We still out here using strong right, Frankie? Like that's what we.
Well, hold on. You and I have talked about this to an extent. Like I feel like we can't expect. I've lost all, not hope, but close. Like I thought this egghead was gonna be Frankie's moment, and it was a huge letdown when it wasn't. Like he didn't show up. I don't have any expectation that Frankie is gonna do anything in this for the remainder of his arc.
What's your take on that?
I think it's too late for him. I was like, if he does any, I'm like there's nothing.
He's definitely a disappointment.
In all honesty,
why isn't Frankie, who's already familiar with Vegapunk's technology because he literally trained on Vegapunk's previous island? Why isn't he able to hack the mainframe and use essentially all the technology on that island to help them fight the Gorosei?
100%. And that's what I'm saying. Like this doesn't make. I'm just confused. Like his role is getting lost for me.
The one thing I don't know if it was clearly was some type of foreshadowing, unless that old man just didn't know. But when they went ahead and showed Vegapunk's land.
This is in 1448.
No,
1447. 1447, which is the most recent episode.
Yes,
they went ahead, the old guy said, no, that disaster was by Frankie. He's become a ship now. So unless he took something from Vegapunk's blueprint or what have you, where he apparently can integrate into a ship or something, I don't know what was taken, because
that's some crazy Oda foreshadowing.
Well,
he just said it kind of, oh, he's a ship now.
Yeah,
you're not gonna talk about that for 100 episodes.
No, I think this makes sense now because it ties back into when Mars came across the head, right? Because he's just and had that question about what is consciousness and what is not, and I think this ties into what he was talking about with Frankie's now a ship. So Frankie now has because Mars didn't try to destroy. What was the records? Because I was like, okay, you're not destroying it.
Yeah, it's really useful,
right? But I'm like, this might be Frankie's moment where he actually has the technology of being able to transfer that consciousness, right? Because if he's a ship, if he was just oh yeah, because what happened, he's a ship. No one else knows that he was a ship, but this man does, and now he's but Frankie's able to be amongst the crew as if he was I've always been here, so he knows how to transfer that consciousness.
My theory is that Frankie is Pluton. And that's a common theory in the One Piece community. Just because think about this. He had the blueprints to Pluton inside of him during Water 7.
Right.
And then he destroyed them so Spondum couldn't get them, and so CP9 couldn't get them, I believe. But how do we know that he didn't just copy those? And then now he's actually built. There's also a theory that the Sunny actually is Pluton. And how do we know that Homeboy didn't just build Pluton or turn himself into Pluton? And he just hasn't revealed that yet.
Right. It's the ace up there hope.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And that could be fine.
And Pluton has the power to destroy the world, they say.
And you know what? And I'd be okay with that because he's already, already committed to end up being a cyborg anyway. So I feel like that's fine. I feel like that would be in alignment for Frankie. But that still doesn't change the fact how we're all very disappointed in...
Yeah, sure, 100%.
Maybe that's because it was too obvious. Maybe because Vegapunk... not Vegapunk, Oda. Oda hates being predicted by his fans. So, all the fans are thinking, oh, we're going to go to Egghead. Of course, this is going to be Frankie's arc. Just like how they predicted that Wano would be Zoro's arc. And...
Or like how some people are saying, if we do go to Elbaf, it won't be Usopp's arc.
Yeah, it's gonna be Usopp's arc.
Right.
And I just don't think that
it's not gonna be they going there. He's not. It's not gonna be about him.
Well, I'm not gonna get into that, but
That's fine.
really, I think Oda abandoned that structure a long time ago. Maybe even after Chopper's arc.
I feel like that sounds
Sure.
right because it shows.
I think he really like he stopped making arcs that are just about that what like about the Straw Hat member. And also, what was cool is like he now like creates arcs where he kind of is like, who's going to be the 10th Straw Hat? And like every arc, you're just like, is it Inwana we're gonna get the 10th Straw Hat?
Right.
No. Is it Egghead where we're gonna get the 10th Straw Hat? We don't know.
Right. So with that being said, with that logic, then are you under the impression what was Whole Cake to you? So Whole Cake wasn't a Sanji arc.
That's the thing. I don't really find that it was a complete Sanji arc. Like for example,
that's crazy.
Like it had Sanji moment, and also Whole Cake.
Okay.
Okay, Whole Cake to me kind of had two parts to it.
Okay.
It had the whole we gotta get Sanji back part.
Right. Rescue mission.
Yeah, kind of rescue Sanji. And then it had the part where it's like we're gonna do a heist on Big Mom, and it had like big heist energy.
Yeah.
So and that's also the same with Water 7 into
right. Save Robin.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna go save Robin and then also fuck the government.
Yeah. Announce ourselves to the world. You know when they shot.
We announce ourselves to the world and we're gonna fight the government.
Right.
I can't. You know what? That's your take, and I accept it, and that's
you don't
fine.
like that?
I mean, like I said, I respect it and I accept it for you. But I would say for me, I think that's complete boulder dash to say that that Whole Cake wasn't about Sanji because, like, don't get me wrong, I feel like it was also like a Big Mom arc too because I feel like. This goes into your theory about who are the Rocks pirates, right? And I feel like that was really setting us up to be like, who is actually Big Mom? Because we kept hearing about her in different moments and things.
Big Mom backstory.
Absolutely, because like I feel like Big Mom is very important to also let us know to Elbaf also. So I feel like Big Mom is like a very key figure in the world of One Piece, whether people want to realize it or not. Just from everything, just
from the lore perspective, yes.
Well, no, just even in sense of like her ambitions of like, oh, I want to have a huge family that's like one of every person, and it makes me think of like. You know, Noah's Ark. She's trying to collect all these things, right? And just in preparation for the world to like sink, right? Like who has one of everybody to keep the next generation going, right? So I feel like Big Mom is like a very key pivotal figure.
Oh, do you think Big Mom knew the secret?
Because think about it. She's been very strategic about like.
Wait, is that a yes or no? Do you think she knew the secret?
I don't know if she knows the exact. I don't know what she knows, but I know that she plans well, and I only say that because. She was very strategic about like who her children marries, who she ends up having kids with, because like we can't forget that she was gonna marry Lola off to like one of the princes of Elbaf, and she knew like, hey, once I get this, I will be the strongest in the world. Like,
but those are different stages in her life.
But I'm just saying like how, because I feel like this all feeds into it because it just set up the stage below. But why is Elbaf considered like? Why is it like that? How did she automatically synonymize that with her being like the most powerful force?
Because you have the army of giants.
Because it's giants.
But I'm just saying, we don't know what, like, we've heard about the giants. We've seen some giants. We didn't really know what the state of Elbaf was.
We still don't know what the state.
Like, the whole idea is like if you have an army of giants,
you're gonna win.
No, wait. Just let me get this point too.
And that's fine.
The whole thought, and this is like kind of common knowledge in the One Piece world, even the world government kind of states this because the world government tried to get the giants to be a part of them, tried to get the giants to join them too.
Yes.
And they've had giants who are part of the Marines. Is like whoever has an army of giants has the strongest army because the giant warrior pirates were the most feared pirates 100 years ago, right. And they were known to be the people who were essentially were the scourge of the sea.
And that's fine, but I'm just saying, like, what did Big Mom have to do to be able to broker that type of marriage deal? That's what I'm saying. Because, like, what did she know about Elbaf that the rest of the world doesn't know? Where she had it lined up. and it was going to happen. But I'm not trying to dive into that theory or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going back to whole cake as itself, just saying like, yes, I feel like it was also a Big Mom arc. But I'm like, we can't just sit here and act like it wasn't about Sanji because we learned about who Sanji actually is, where his people.
No,
like,
I didn't say it's not about
background.
Sanji. I just said it's not a Sanji, pure Sanji arc.
And no, okay, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be a pure
Whereas
arc.
Drum Island, pure Chopper arc.
I don't know about that. I feel like I don't think Oda does pure. I feel like you said it right the first time. Like Oda doesn't do like pure arcs. He does like there are certain things that we're focusing on. Like he's like at least doing two things at once. So I can't say that Drum was just completely Chopper.
I feel like you can go down the path of what you're saying. You don't have to hold back on it. But the only reason I also say, we can constrain it. But it's interesting that you said that because right after you explain what you believe the whole cake arc is, it actually it proves more that it's not a Sanji arc, and it proves your story more actually. Because in a way, you talked about how did Big Mom almost broker this marriage with the Giants. Well, guess what? We have seen, even based off of your explanation, all we have done is see Big Mom leverage marriage to become strong. It has nothing to do with Sanji. It's about getting Germa 6. That's what that marriage is in reference to.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Okay, fine. But I'm saying like maybe arc's the wrong word because then it may do us like a deep dive of like what is truly your arc. I'm just saying like I got a lot of Sanji backstory. I got a lot of information about like who is Sanji, where he came from, his people, and like what's gonna happen next. And I feel like that was a huge.
You saw her kid's backstory too. What's your point?
Wait. Let's go back to where we were coming from. Like
what?
we were just essentially we were like coming to this take because we were disappointed because essentially we thought that Egghead was going to be a Frankie arc.
Right.
And I guess my take was that like Oda doesn't really do character-based arcs.
I feel like
or like Straw Hat crew member based.
Okay.
arcs.
I feel like that became more prominent after we got introduced to the worst generation. Because I remember like years ago, you were just like, well, you had this one theory just like, hey, they're setting us up like if the Straw Hats die, we have all these other crews that they're getting us invested into now to actually like become Pirate King.
Do you guys know the history behind the worst generation?
Do you want to share with us what you think what the history is, Keoni?
No, actually, Oda mentioned it. Like he didn't originally plan to have the worst generation in One Piece, and it was an idea suggested to him by one of his editors. Yeah, like not necessarily to. Here, I don't want to butcher it. Let me just look it up really quickly, so I don't say it wrong. But like.
And why you look it up? Because, I wouldn't be jesting without bringing it up.
That's fine.
I tell you, if this ain't a Frankie arc, and again, I know none of them, it's almost like a running joke. We understand that it's not a Straw Hat character-based arcs, but if there was a person whose arc this was, boy, it's looking like Sanji's now. I got Sanji going toe-to-toe with Kizaru. And I got Sanji going ahead and bringing the fight to an elder. I only seen one other person bringing the fight one-on-one to an elder. His name's Monkey D. Luffy. So all I'm saying, all the while, I got Roronoa Zoro fighting Rob Lelouch. You know, what's taking so long? I agree. What's taking so long, Mr. Power Scale? I know you're looking up something, Keoni. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, been there, done that. Why am I still, after I just got done fighting King, why, unless you're telling me Rob Lelouch would have been able to help invade and then put down Kaido, why am I taking so long with Rob Lelouch? And I got Sanji over here fighting the real admirals. I got Sanji over here bringing it to a Gosai. And
the Sanji glaze is flagrant.
You know what? And that's fine.
The Sanji glaze is flagrant.
You're not gonna like what I say, and that's fine because I am equipped. Because I'm not gonna take that fight away from the Kizaru match. I'm not gonna take that because I was there. I stood for it. I was like, down. Yeah. But what we're not gonna do is act like the fact that Sanji kicking him in the head. Because your biggest thing is like Brooks' claim to fame is the Big Mom moment, and I'm just like, and that to me is the same equivalent. Okay, I don't know what else happened from here. That was it.
Okay, here's just like
here's the okay.
While the 11 supernovas have uniquely defined One Piece, Oda had very different plans for them initially. In fact, the 11 supernovas weren't even going to be a part of the Sarkwood Archipelago arc until days or hours before the authors even started illustrating it. Their addition was a last-minute idea. And Oda completed drafts of them after his editor told them that he needed to do more to make the arc more interesting. Okay. So like this shows that they were not super planned for, and like and they've been weaved into the plot.
I was gonna say it is rude, and it's not meant to come off as rude. It shows.
It does.
And if you want me to elaborate, I will. But it shows.
It shows that he is purposely incorporating them to make sense for the final saga, but they are not really needed. But it's really fun to watch each of them get clapped.
I was going to say it shows by the lack of consistency with them.
How they're treated?
Yeah. Or how they're portrayed.
Portrayed or betrayed?
Portrayed.
Okay.
Because I definitely see, like, the thing with Gang Binge, pointless, clearly looked like it was kind of just thrown together.
Super fun, though.
Yeah, it was a good time. We're seeing the importance of Jewel Bonnie, so that's fine. That works.
It seems like she was planned, and it seems like Law was planned, and Kid. It seems like Bonnie, Law, and Kid were actually, like, needed
maybe
to progress the plot.
Killer, but when we see more Killer, kind of becomes a... Killer was introduced to us so hard. He looked so legit. Like, when they were doing the whole underground... when they were showing all these underground people running the pirate world, they just show Killer's helmet and stuff, early phases. And then we get Killer Wano. And he's literally a joke. He's literally a laughing stock. He got a smile fruit. He's a joke. Okay? But the person who gets the most disrespect.
By me.
Oh, who?
Oh, you're talking about Kid? Because you know I
no.
can't say
I wasn't going to. You are disrespectful to Kid. I was going to say the Supernova who gets the most disrespect is the monk. The monk. I want more story of the monk.
Oh, that's right. Janae couldn't
I have I could go on. I could take a whole episode talking about how great this monk is because we have seen flashes of what he could be, and I want more information.
Uh-oh. You're pulling out your kid. You need more information.
Because Keoni, I can give you 3 bullet points right now about how great the monk urges is. Because right away.
Oh Lord, he's about to grab the mic.
Right away, we get the story of Monk going ahead and trying to invade. I see the
Yeah.
Monk trying to invade Whole Cake by himself. Oh my, that's one shot, and he takes down one sweet general. I'm like, this man, he's a walking army. Okay, 2. When we see Kaido try to commit suicide, he walks by as Monk urges, and I'm just thinking to myself,
that guy's gone.
Well, I'm like, who's in Monk's crew? And I'm sorry, I can only imagine, is the Monk from Skype? Where is Enel? Is Enel one of his generals?
That is one of my biggest questions today.
Is Enel one of Monk urges?
Is he coming
back? Have you guys not seen the episode of the moon?
No, but I'm saying, is he coming back?
What?
Yes.
The episode of the moon.
Some people don't watch
Enel went to the moon.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm aware of it.
Enel went to the moon.
Right.
But
watch that. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk.
No, but my question is like, is he ever coming back? Is he gonna come back to the main story?
Oh, definitely.
That's what I'm hoping.
Okay, well, as his left hand or right man in charge and went to the moon, I want to know if he's a part of Monk Urges' crew.
Definitely not. I would not think that because Enel literally thinks he's a god.
That man.
So like, why would he ever be a part of someone else's crew? Unless that person was a god too.
Unless that person is a god.
But the Monk Urges is a monk, and he's literally like, I worship God.
I mean,
or is he worshipped as a god?
Hey, I'm not.
Okay, now we're blurring the line.
I need more monk. But anyway,
I need more monk. But essentially, like, okay, I think we can agree this ain't no Frankie arc.
It's not.
Right.
It's not.
This ain't no Frankie arc, and you know what? I don't know if he's beating the allegations, but it's not looking good. I think you're right, Jakia.
Thank you.
I'm real close to making Frankie very low on the totem pole. That's all I gotta say about this.
I would put him under right now. If I had my ranking, I feel like he's definitely below Brooke in my book.
Well, of course. But depending on what these
And
week
I
3 do at the end of this arc, as well as Elbaf's arc, is gonna show me a lot. Because that's what I'm saying. You only need a little bit.
I feel like Oda is saving some of the because the Straw Hat's been playing their part. Like not everybody needs to be a main combatant.
And that's fine. And this is something we've talked about before. But I think at the end of the day,
He's I need everybody to be a main combatant.
Well, no, I think it comes down to the fact of the cowardly trio and what this running gag is. I've already taken Chopper out because I feel like after Wano, we can't put him there anymore.
You're passing the movie?
We can't put him there anymore. Because not to say he wasn't hanging with Queen or anything, but I'm just saying the fact that he was I'm gonna do what I need to do, and it wasn't a joke match while he was also healing people. So I'm just saying, Usopp,
this healer take, I get it.
Well, no,
the doctor take.
Well, no, I'm just saying
Monster Point.
Well, I'm just saying compared to
Didn't use it.
That's not the point.
Didn't need to.
Justin, but that's not the point. The thing is this: you're talking about them being cowardly. I'm out of the 3 Choppers, I'm down. I'm ready to do what needs to be done.
Sure.
Usopp and Nami have not, so that's why I'm
I don't call them cowardly 3. I call them the weak 3.
I can't put Chopper in there anymore.
I can't put Nami in there either. She's got confirmed conquerors hockey.
Who is she stronger than?
Huh?
Name the people she's stronger than.
She literally just dodged a She just parried a Gurusei.
Uh-huh.
Look,
She did.
She dodged.
And parried.
She dodged and her living weapon.
Parried.
Okay. Thank you. The living weapon.
That living weapon's power is Nami's power.
That was a good show. I parried everything.
Yes it is. That living weapon.
It does what Nami says. It's her power.
No, that living weapon.
I agree. I'm glad we have Zeus. I'm glad.
Exudes BigMom's power.
Yes, but now essentially Nami.
That is under Nami's
Nami
control.
has subjugated BigMom's power.
Okay. BigMom's power. Okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah, but Nami wields BigMom's power.
Yes, he does.
I think
that makes Nami strong.
You know what? I agree. That's fine.
Stronger
than whom?
Than Usopp.
That's fine. That's
literally. Okay, everybody, y'all are hating on the Straw Hats right now, and I'm about to tell y'all.
I'm about to tell y'all. That's it.
The Straw Hat crew is bodying a lot of other crews, and especially now that we saw Trafalgar Law's crew.
They're weak.
We saw Kid's crew.
Soft. Wait a minute.
Those Straw Hat stocks are going up.
Listen, look, and no one's saying that. First off,
the Straw Hat stocks are going up.
They're coming up.
First and foremost,
I'll just charge it.
First and foremost, Law doesn't have a crew. He has
Peppo.
No, he doesn't have a crew. He has people that maintain the
Mm-hmm.
submarine. They are not a crew of any. I don't care. I'm not gonna put.
Well, look up the word crew in the dictionary. They have it.
I know what it means, and
Keoni, I think you are misunderstanding one thing. We here appreciate the One Piece crew.
I know, but I think their stocks are much higher than you think.
I want to see the growth because even though you claim. In the
I
last episode,
you want power scaling, and you know Oda's not about that.
I know. I'm not going to go power scaling. I'm not going to bother that. You claimed in the last episode you're about these 1v1s.
Yeah.
Off air, you have fought me on this 1v1. This pod knows where I stand that we're going to have Blackbeard's crew versus the Straw Hat crew.
Yes.
We're going to have 10v10, and guess what? At a certain point, just like when we went to Endless Lobby, people are going to have to square up. And I want to see this growth because unless Usopp's going to be in first of all, Ogre will kill him. He will kill him unless he does something. He will die. So I want to see some growth.
Crazy. Augur's really like
Look,
that.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
he
I'm
is.
not in this passion. This is all just...
No, Augur's like that. I admit that. He is ridiculous with the warp fruit
Now that he has
and the
that,
sniper rifle that just somehow explodes.
he's
cracker.
a problem. He's a problem.
Dude, strong fruit. Okay,
Everyone's a problem on his
everybody
crew.
is a problem on Blackbeard's crew. I'm
Everyone's
just saying
the
that
horse
like
is a problem.
we don't
Yes.
like advancing the Straw Hats.
I know,
Yes.
I know the horse.
He is.
I know Pegasus is a problem. Okay.
But you know what though, like the funny thing about Oda is like sometimes the 1v1s, it's not always just pure power. Sometimes it's unconventional stuff. Like for example,
That's the point.
not Pudding. I forget her name. She had the power to turn people into toys.
Oh yeah. From Don Flamingo.
But that's the running gag for Usopp. So that happened in Dressrosa. It happened with
The Ghost Girl and Moria.
Pearl. Actually, sidebar, I feel like she has a much larger role, and I feel like that's being consistent throughout the story. I just don't know.
Oh yeah, Corona?
Oh yeah, I just don't know.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But no, Corona. But I'm also even talking about Ulti when we were in Wano.
Oh,
and like
early
how he,
Wano.
Yeah.
Why do you think Ulti has a bigger place?
Well, I'm talking about like the Usopp running gag thing of like how he defeats people. It's like a running gag of like it's an unconventional thing. It's not a power moment. It's like he's able to hone in on someone's like fears, and that's how he's able to like get.
It ain't gonna work against that man.
But that's all I'm saying. I'm just like, and at some point he can't keep relying on that.
Oh, I think Usopp is eventually going to essentially have his bloom.
And I hope so because he's been a problem. He's been a problem since he disobeyed Usopp Luffy the first time. Okay.
I know what it's gonna take.
Or crazy take, maybe Usopp will die, and it will just buff all the Straw Hats.
I'm fine with that.
I can see that.
Would you guys would love that?
I don't.
You would love that, Justin.
I don't know about love.
I'll say it, I wouldn't miss him.
She wouldn't miss him.
I wouldn't miss him.
I wouldn't miss him. I'd be like, who was that?
It would give somebody a chance to revenge him. Maybe a Yamato show up.
I mean, hey,
Revenge me, Us.
I take Carrot over Usopp any day, and I'm not sorry.
I mean, Carrot is the truth.
Okay, that's right. She is running the tribe now.
Even though a lot of people don't agree with some of my outlandish takes, you know, Blackbeard, I stand on this hill. This is a real hill, unlike that Sanji hill, but I stand on this hill. Blackbeard, who is the greatest evil.
He's the problem.
Is he really even evil?
To others,
Yeah.
he will go ahead. He will defeat Shanks. And when they fight their crew, it's going to take Usopp dad dying. That's going to be the moment that Usopp finally gets it together.
The catalyst?
That'll be
I
the
don't want to
catalyst.
spoil y'all. I just feel like some Straw Hats, they need to learn about hockey, learn more about hockey.
Sure.
Yeah, they all do.
Or lean into, like, I think Frankie's vector is going to be technology. He's not going to be a hockey guy.
Sure.
That's fine. And I'm just like, and that's okay.
But show us.
I just need to see it.
But I don't think this arc is for that.
And that's
I think this arc is a lot about Vegapunk, and it's about Luffy taking on the Gorosei, and it's about that Luffy Kizaru rematch, because Luffy and Kizaru have a problem.
Right. No, you're right.
They had a problem.
Actually, I'm gonna add one caveat. I do feel like this would be. I would like that this would be a catalyst for Frankie, where he was like, "Oh, I needed this. This was my moment where I learned that I needed to step it up." I feel like that would be his saving grace for me if he realized and reflects like, "Oh, I should have stepped it up in this whole capacity." But.
Well, as we wrap this up, though.
Well, there's a couple of things I just want to even get back to that I think is important. How do y'all feel about York? Because I feel like there's a reason why she doesn't know. I think at some point they realized.
I think Stella knew she was the traitor.
Exactly, which is why I'm just like that's why she's having such a hard time to be out like, well, where is it? And at first I was like, is she the thing it's actually projecting from, and that she doesn't have any clue that it's from her?
No.
It was an outlandish theory. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no, not that stance. I mean, for both of y'all, I just feel because what was the first one with the robot and helmet? I think that was his most trusted one.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's true.
So I don't think it has nothing to do with him knowing one of them could possibly betray him. He just had one for sure, and then I took it as Vegapunk just under the impression that anyone that, since he made them all their own individual, any one of them can be up to anything. So he took it upon himself. This is one thing I'm going to keep to myself. That way they can't be tortured. You know, like who's to say that any? And honestly, I feel like none of them knew, because the more, and again, I see things and I might just be clear wrong, or you could be spot on. I think it's in his head. It's in the apple. And when Atlas saved them and caught him, you just saw a gas look on her face. Like, what is she seeing? She's like, I think
she's like, oh, he's actually already dead.
Oh.
I mean,
because Vegapunk's like, yo, I programmed this to start when my heart stops. Stella's already dead.
Right. I think, but I still think it goes back to what Mars, that question he proposed. I thought it was like absurd from him, about him and the elders to even talk about. Because I'm like, y'all, what are y'all? Because I feel like that was like also a reflective question. Like, are they conscious? Are they alive? What's going on with them? But I feel like, in all honesty, like Stella was never. I think he already made that transition to be all like, it's all in my head, and that's how I'm going to live on. And so I feel like, yeah, his body might have stopped, like that body might have stopped, but that's not. That's not all of him.
It could be a waterproof snail, because he might be like, you know, who ain't going to destroy them world records? Those elders, and they could just be hiding in his flowing hair in the water, you know, because he know they ain't going to destroy nothing.
Yeah, I mean, the elders have their specific things that they want from Vegapunk.
Right, like the Mother Flame. I know that.
They want to make sure that he doesn't pass down any of the knowledge from the Void Center, because they know he's the best researcher.
Right.
And they want control over Punk Records, which is like all of his knowledge.
Right.
Essentially. So I guess we're kind of coming into conclusion. Are we coming into conclusion?
I feel like it.
Yeah, I think we're.
Also, I guess before conclusion, what we think about the world sinking? Apparently, what's this?
I feel like it's.
Makes sense.
I think it makes sense, and I'm just like, I just want more time with Fishman, because I feel like there is a lot there. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on the fact of Shiroshiri she's Neptune, and like what role that actually is, and how, and like the fact that, you know, they closed off with like the mermaids like swimming off or whatever, because they've always known that the world was like they were always going to come to the surface. They didn't know what that was going to look like. And it could just be like the world sinking. So yeah. It's
implied that like the Fishmen do want to come to the surface, but also think about this: the poneglyph that was remaining. There was two poneglyphs in Fishman Island.
Yeah.
There was the poneglyph that was the road poneglyph that was somehow taken, and there was Joy Boy's apology.
Yeah.
That's when we learned about Joy Boy too. Why was Joy, and like what's Joy Boy's connection to Fishman Island? That's very important. The whole world being underwater. That is very important. In Lelusia, that island being essentially a hole in the ground, and then all of a sudden, they're like all around the world, the water levels rose by 1 meter. That feels connected.
Yeah.
And like that was Emu who did that. Yeah. So it's like, yo, the whole world is sinking. Seems like the weapon that Emu uses like essentially makes that go faster. It seems like he just sunk. It just seems like he sunk that island.
I will take it. I kind of don't want to see more Fishman, but I can see it happening, because don't forget, when we were introduced to Fishman, I forget that biscuit head. It was like a grown man baby, but don't forget, like, he was carrying like a ship that was like the size of Noah's Ark.
Yeah, and that's good what it's like. And that's what made me think of like BigMom and what she's doing. So I feel like it's all tied and connected.
Oh, I still don't think that's.
I think it is, because like in all honesty, I truly do, because like I don't think she has. Well, no, she does have one.
The only thing I would question about all the whole, I thought that was interesting. You said the Noah Ark thing, so that was kind of interesting. Cool, but you got to remember, when we got her backstory as a kid, it's only because it was different types of kids at that orphanage. Yeah. And granted, that's what the sister was collecting to sell off, but it has nothing. And to me, it's not some type of world Pinky in the brain. What are we gonna do tonight, Pinky? Try to take over the world. It was just what her connection of family is different kinds of everyone being connected, and that's why she went out to find.
Big Mom's got some issues,
right?
And I'm not saying that doesn't play a role, but I'm also saying like from how Oda is building this story with like different points, because that's what we're talking about, like how are different threads connecting, and that's what I'm connecting to. Like, I'm glad you mentioned that baby guy, because like because like we can't forget about that ship, because that ship is still intact, right? Yeah, because I'm more, because like as we're getting closer to the end of One Piece, I'm like, how, because like Oda's been doing this for 26 years, it's just like, what, like, I'm excited to see how all the threads are coming together from different points.
Sure.
And so that's why I'm just like, I don't want to sleep on whole cake and like who Big Mom is and how there was so much shrouded in mystery, like what's her actual origin story? Is she from, like, there are people like, is she from Elbaf? What are her roots? What are that type of thing? Even after meeting like Kuma and learning more about the Buccaneers, is there like a tie to that? I'm just like thinking about all the different, those things. But anyways, it's happening. I think Zoro is wasting his time with Rob the Looch. I think that's a waste of time for everybody.
He did.
No, but they already got called out and they stopped that.
And I'm glad. I think that's great.
That was great, and especially like
I love how
when Sanji got him all fired up and told him, "Hey, you're freaking being a burden, homie."
It's true.
He's
but
like, "Let me just do some spot hunting real quick."
Right, and I'm just surprised, and I appreciate what Mars told Rob. Rob was like, "Hey, spare my friend up there." He said sometimes insects get, caught up.
Hey,
and I was like 100%, because I was like, those two should have never came, because they were never supposed to be there anyway.
Square Nose, honestly, you can tell his friends have his back. He's a real one.
I suppose.
Oh, Kikaku?
Kaku, yeah.
I suppose. But,
Square Nose is a real one.
I'm not a fan of...
It seems like Stussy's a real one.
Stussy is a real... Okay, shout out to Stussy. One of my favorite characters, honestly. Yeah. Her vampire powers, that fruit. The fact that she's a clone, she's always been working for Vegapunk.
That's a long con.
And she's a clone of what? She's a clone of one of the original Rocks pirates.
Right. That's dope.
I know, and then she was also serving as like Underlord, one of the leaders of the underworld as well. So like, she's just doing great. She's just doing all
I really like this.
To see more of that. That's why.
What's funny? Stussy, the actual real Stussy's old and like she's really ugly.
Yeah.
Which means she didn't live her purpose, and she says she's Whitebeard's. She has Whitebeard's son, and I actually think that guy is Whitebeard's kid.
I can see it.
We talked about
so
this
stupid
before.
though.
Yeah. There's not much really to say. Those two were doing the thing, but no, I appreciate the fact that she didn't live her purpose, because that's a true thing that we've seen. Like, what happens when they become bitter and they don't do what they're supposed to do versus what they would look like if they actually knew their future. It's true. That's a thing.
No, Oda talks about it.
It is.
But it also just shows we've got nothing but examples how Oda does stuff. When you get old, you shrink and you get rid. Don't forget the lady who was the snake princess.
But she admitted that she did something that she had regrets and that she messed up, and I feel like
if you look at Garp, he didn't live with regrets, and he ain't shriveled, and he's in his 70s.
Same thing with Raven.
Well, hold on. What's that? Who? We got the old lady who's a vice admiral riding the riding the mechanical creature with old girl who's a part of Sword surrounding Vegapunk. We got her. We also got, what about the old lady who's a I don't know if her status is admiral, but she's on Garp status.
What about Shaki? Shaggy's the same age. Shaggy's the same age as Rayleigh.
And we also know where she's.
And she's fine still.
And so I think that's. But two, we don't know. I still feel like we don't have. I know who you're talking about from the Navy. I feel like we haven't gotten enough information about her, which has really annoyed me because I was like.
Because she's around a lot.
A lot, like a lot. I need more information. I do. But is there anything else? I feel like we talked about.
No, these episodes were solid. I'm ready to hear more Vegapunk's posthumous podcast.
I'm telling you, it's like crazy. Like it
is like a podcast vibe though. He's like, let me get some coffee. Let's chill for a minute.
It was like killing me.
Let's let the world do the thing.
Trying to drink off with his tongue sticking out. I'm like, what is this?
I don't know, but something.
I don't know. Frankie just really annoyed me. Like with the strong right when we're trying to get to the ship.
And he was shocked.
Stop using strong right. Let's just. I'm boycotting strong right.
I'm yes, and then I'm also like.
I'm boycotting radical laser too.
He's over here. What did he say? He said, "What do you guys?" As we're trying to escape, what do you guys want? What do you think? They're vice admirals. You're pirates. Like, what do you think they want? Like, they're here to stop you. Like, I just don't like the ignorance part of it. Like, I get the ignorance when it comes to like the captain, but it's like don't be asking stupid questions. Like, everything's against you. You know, that's what we are. I just rubs me the wrong way sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I 100% feel you on that.
Anything else, people?
No, it's still the greatest anime.
No, I think it's still the greatest anime in the world,
right.
and that's Kaizoku Uncharted.
It is. That's this week's episode. All right.
Thank you. Cool.